Okay, so we're now recording. And so what we'll be doing for the next few or next several minutes is walking you through how to do the article review assignments. So here they are. First one is due on September the 21st. And I will click here. And here is the instructions for article review 1. So you have the instructions, and so you should start there. And so what I'm also going to do is walk you through exactly how you should do this. I'm going to open up a blank document. So here are the instructions, and then here's the blank document. So I'm just going to demonstrate this for you. This is what you should do each week. So first thing that you'll do each week is find an article that is related to geography or some aspect of geography and your major. The article doesn't have to be current. It could be from who knows how many years ago, but you have to find an article. Here's how I would walk through this process if I were you. The first thing that you'll have to consider, again, is your major and or career goals. So I'm going to pause the record just for a moment. Okay, so I'm walking you through the article review assignment. So article on your blank sheet, you should have the article number. So the first one you turn in will be article number 1, then your name, your full name, and then of course next you should have the date and your major. So then today's date is September 14, 2020, and then and then let's say my major was geoscience. You know what? Since we have, no, I'm going to be me. Geoscience. Okay, so that's how you would start out. Okay, so next, it says here we must find an article that is related to your major and geography. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So now I'm going to kind of switch up and look at some of your interests instead of just my interests. So since this is a small class and 3 of you all are engineers, that's pretty easy. So let's see, Brown, if you do civil engineering, you search for civil engineering, GIS, you will find a ton of articles. And you might want to be more specific, because you'll get a lot of trade information. You might do civil engineering, GIS, flood prevention. Let's see what we get here. And so here's something, flood hazard mapping, using geographic information systems and hydrologic model, blah, blah, blah. So here's an article that would be related to civil engineering and GIS. And so that would be appropriate for Brown. So like I said, when you do your search, you might want to add civil engineering, flood prevention, civil engineering, water supply, or whatever. Then we have craft, textural engineering, and GIS, maybe, let's see, architectural engineering, GIS design. And you'll get, again, a ton of articles related to that issue. Remote sensing and GIS applications in architectural design. And let's see. This is just giving us an abstract here. See if we can get to the whole article itself. PDF. Let's see, it's there. Okay, here's the whole article. So remote sensing and GIS applications in architectural design. So this is a typical article that you would read and report on. And so now for Durden, you might want to be a little bit more general in your approach. Let's see, who knows? Let's see, maybe I'm wrong. GIS, let's see if I get anything. This is a post, this is not an article. That's just a Reddit post. Yeah. So you might have to be a lead. Well, here's something. What's this? Mechanical engineering job, blah, 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 blah. It's not, that's just to generalize how to become, let's see, mechanical engineer. Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of specific GIS and so you might
want automotive engineering.
Yeah, you probably just want to stick to just engineering in general in GIS, unless you really want to be searching around. So if you do engineering GIS, you'll get a ton of articles about engineering, all kinds of engineering and geographic information systems. Now, if you do automotive engineering, geography, and then materials, you might get something there. So we start to look at the materials for automobiles. Clearly, that's going to involve Earth systems. And how do we get the raw materials for automobiles from the source to the plant or to the manufacturing location? And so that is obviously a relationship between geography, geoscience, and earth science and automotive engineering. You know, how do we, because all of the materials, of course, are going to come from the earth. So here it is. And that's a little deep, but that might be a bit of a stretch. But if you just look at engineering as a general topic, then you should be fine. And so last but certainly not least, we have Clark. And so let's see, geography, voting districts this one's easy. Geographical voting, anything that has to do with voting districts and voting districts, geography. You know, there's tons of articles about the relationship between with gerrymandering
Keep watching the show. I'm the first.
and drawing voting district lines. There's just tons and tons of articles on mapping voting districts. Or there's even the field of political geography, which is a whole subfield within, which is a whole entire subfield within geography. And so you might do political geography, voter suppression. So voter suppression is a big issue now. So if you do the politics of voter suppression, how geography influences voting behavior. So there's a strong relationship between political science and geography. So you should have no problem finding articles. So let's say this is David Padgett, geoscience major. Say it's me. So let's say I'm going to find an article. That should be pretty easy. So I'm going to do Tropical Storm Sally. What's going on with Tropical Storm Sally? Tropical Storm Sally to hit Louisiana. So this would be directly related to my interest as a geoscience major. And so now that I've found an article, whenever you find an article, the next step is to cite the article. So you have all kinds of options in terms of citations, but I've also provided for you. What's up, man? Oh, that was me. Wow. I have to go back to that. So I've also given you a style guide, a quick and dirty style guide, along with the instructions for Modern Language Association style citations, in case you just want a quick guide for citing articles. And so now I'm going to have to go back and find that article. Maybe I'll find another one, since that one had theme music to go along with it. Jeez. All right. Okay, Tropical Storm Sally. Let me find a better article. Let's see. Orlando. Okay, here it is. Something from my Washington Post, if I can get to it. Sometimes these, they might want you to have a subscription. I do have paying for a subscription to the Washington Post. It better not cut me off. So here's the article from the Washington Post, and get out of here. Let's close this. So here's my article. So let's say I want to cite this article. And so I'm going to use the style guide provided. Here's the MLA guide. So most of you all will find articles online. And so here is how to cite articles. In this case, this is an internet newspaper article. So author's last name, author's first name. So I have two authors here. Let's see, do we get multiple? It's not going to give us a whole lot here. So let's see, we have more than one author. Okay, Kelly. Okay, so that's how we'll do that. Okay, so here's my article. So the authors are Friedman, Andrew. So you might want to do your citation. And then Friedman, Andrew, just like that. Friedman, Andrew. And then the second author is Jason Same Now. So there are authors, and then scroll down. Now this is an online piece. Internet newspaper articles, title of the article. So we've got the title, that's pretty simple. Now I'm going to copy and paste, but just be very careful when you do this. When you copy and paste into your Word document, that you do paste special unformatted text so that when you paste it, you don't get a whole, it doesn't paste in 42-point font or something crazy. So you have live, so here we go, boom, boom, there's a title. And now the next thing we need is the title of the newspaper. In this case, I believe it's the Orlando Sentinel. No, it's the Washington Post, of course, I forgot already. Washington Post, I guess I can just type that. And we can italicize that. Whoops. Italics. Let's make sure my format is correct here. So we've got boom, period, period. Okay, so that shouldn't be a comma. There should be a period here, period here. Okay, the Washington Post. Now things get a little tricky when it's online. Let's see what the format tells us to do. It says, now the next is the date. So the date of this article is today. It's September 14th, so that's easy. So the formatting says 14 September 2020. Okay, let's get the italics formatting out of there. And make sure my formatting is correct. Let's see, colon. Now we might not have a page number here just simply because it is online. Let's go make sure that there's, I don't think there's going to be a page number. No page number. So we'll just go with 20 colon online. And then the last part is the link. Available. Then pop the link in. Whoops. Like, same thing, paste special, unformatted text. You don't get a whole lot of code in there. You can make the link live. Let's go back and check our formatting again. Online period, colon, okay. Online period, available, colon, here. And then last but certainly not least is the date accessed. Because sometimes the date that you access an article is different than the date that it was originally published. And that lets the person using your citation know that maybe it was available on this date, but maybe when you go back to access it later, it might not be there. That's probably happened to all of you. You found an article online, then maybe you went back to try to find that article again at the same link, and you get that 404 unfound message, right? And that's just the nature of the internet. Things change, people move things around, and that's just the nature of it. And so last but not least, today is, well, it's the same day, 14 September 2020. Okay, so now you have your citation. So you cited your article. And now on to the next step. So the next step is 150 to 200 word summary of the article's contents written according to the instructions below. So you can maybe do article summary. Probably best to write this in first person because it'll just make it easier. And so if this, I was interested in, I'm not going to write, I'm just going to start off in learning more about tropical storm Sally. The article includes maps displaying the path, the projected path of the storm. Let me go back here and look. I'm just going to just start this off. Wow. The storm is expected to make landfall near New Orleans, Louisiana, and blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. So that 150 to 200 words, again, for my classes, that is a minimum expectation. So I want you to write at least 150 to 200 words. If you want to write a 300 word summary, that's fine. Just don't let it be less than 150 words. It's not, or it doesn't have to be exactly 150 words. You know, you can push past that. Okay, so in your summary, going back to the instructions, so nobody in here is planning to be a teacher, so we don't have to worry about that. All the majors must add a few sentences explaining in detail how the content of the article is related to your career goals. And I would say, this article is related to my career goals because it focuses upon on weather prediction, which is a field under geoscience. So your so your connection to your major and career goals can be summarized in just one sentence that connects the article to your career goals. Next, you must, if you don't already have a TigerTrack account, you should get one. What is TigerTrack? TigerTrack is simply a service that you are paying for at Tennessee State University, and it includes links to jobs, internships, graduate programs, scholarships, all kinds of opportunities that are related to your career plan, that should be related to your career plans and the article. So now I'm not a student, so I can't get a TigerTrack account. So I'm going to use Indeed.com. So, and if you can't find anything appropriate in TigerTrack, then you are encouraged to go, or you must go to something like Indeed.com. And so my keywords, I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to go anywhere. Keywords would be, let's say, meteorologist. And I'm going to go find jobs. And let's see, all kinds of opportunities, weekend meteorologists, so let's see, meteorologists. Oh, there's one in Memphis, Tennessee. But no, I don't want to do that. Here's one. Let's see. Here's 6 figures. That's what I'm looking for. Meteorologist, Department of Commerce, 6 figures, close to home back in DC. And so then we would take, along with your essay, I found a career opportunity on Indeed.com website. And then it would be, let's see, really careful here. Copy, paste, same thing, paste special, unformatted text. Still got a little code in there. I would meteorologist with the U.S. Department of Commerce. And then we would take here, get the link. This might be a more direct link. Yeah, so here's a direct link to the job. Boom, boom, boom. Copy, boom, boom, boom. Paste special, unformatted text. Okay, so now you have the link to the job opportunity there. So you've done that. And then what's next? Now in your summary, you must include at least one reference from the Bradshaw textbook chapters we are currently covering. So we know what chapters those are. You could just say textbook reference here. Okay, so and so we go to the textbook, and here's the textbook. Here, and the easiest thing to do, let's just type weather. Well, let's type hurricane. see what comes up. So here we have section, here's 1.1. And well, we can go back. Since it's, man. Let's go here, let's do hurricane again. And so you could say, this is where it's kind of a pain in the neck, but you could say, and I could let you get away with saying that section 1.1 of the Bradshaw textbook, a reference is made to Hurricane Katrina. And then you could simply, if you take anything from the textbook or from, and if you want to do this, it has to be a quote in quotations so that we know that that's not your original words. Boom. So there's your textbook reference. That's all it needs to be. Is something in the textbook that speaks directly to what this article is about. Clearly, this article is about what a tropical storm, and a hurricane is a type of tropical storm. Okay, so now what's next? So you've got your textbook reference. Next, 3 to 5 keywords in bold print, or you can just list your keywords like so. And so a keyword is a word or phrase that speaks to the core theme of the article. So clearly, one of the keywords would be tropical storm. A keyword could also be associated with the geographic region that's being affected or covered. Gulf of Mexico, Gulf Coast, United States, obviously, or New Orleans, or even the direct subject itself, Tropical Storm Sally. So those are just some examples of keywords. And then that's it. I've also included in the, if you're looking for articles, I've also added here Daily Geo. At this site, there are geography articles posted every day. So if you are stumped and you're like, I can't find anything, there are geography articles at Daily Geo every day. And so you can just go through here and find articles on, there's COVID behavior survey and so on, even though this might not help you necessarily, but there are lots of different articles that would probably be best for people who are pre-service teachers. You all are in very specific majors, so you might have to do a more specific search. And so this is what each article's review should look like roughly. Obviously, this article summary is going to be in much greater detail. I just cut it off because I'm not going to sit here and type 200 words in front of you. Various portions, let me break that out. And there you go. Turn one of these in each week. I'm going to stop the recording at this point.